I'm searching through my remains to find a spark to take me from my pain. I'm here in the dark. You are the one to save me. So give me your heart. I want you to embrace me. So come closer and take me inside. I'm here in the dark. You are the one to You're shifting through my soul, collecting all the pieces from my home. You're taking all my remains to light a spark inside to kill my pain. I'm here in the dark. You are the one to save me. So give me your heart. I want you to embrace me. So come closer and take me inside. I'm here in the dark. You are the one to save me.
Hey! Hey, Gilliv! Wait. It's actually re-recorded confirmed? Gilliv, what the hell? Oh, sorry, I didn't read that until Twitch just spooked you. Ugh! No, this is actually not pre-recorded. If I would have pre-recorded, this would be... first of all, I would only be able to pre-record this at night, and you can see here we have daylight. And secondly, this long stream will be longer than 2.5 hours, which is unfortunately all I have today, unless I decide on a whim to not go into my course, which is really tempting because, ugh. Like, it's not bad, it's just annoying because I learned all that stuff 10 years ago in school. Faces often Europeans with daylight shade in your head. Well, actually, not so. Okay, I'm guessing to you I am Southern European. Well, actually Central Europe. But I guess I'm more south than you, so that counts as Southern European from your perspective. All part of Gelliv's elaborate plan. Hints a light for the outside of the brain. Ah, Jesus Christ. Ah, starting off good. Okay. I mean, it's perfect that I have you two here because you are exactly the fuckers I saw being online at 4 in the morning. Like, what the hell was that? The exact two people who didn't really sleep last night. Children need their sleep. Everyone south of Denmark is soft. Yeah, you two will make very sane comments. I will love them. Alright, let's not waste any more time than we have to. And I kind of want to clap my hands, but the dagger is in the way. Okay. Anyway, Catilla. You remember where we left off yesterday? The thing is, I need a little bit of front seat help from you. The thing is, I have a feeling that the path that we played yesterday at the end of stream is the one that will be the final one and let us finish the game. Maybe one more branch or something like that, but that will basically be it. My question is, I would like to go back to an earlier stage in the story and try something and go back to the diner. Since we got a couple more charms, I'm assuming we'll have a couple more orders there. I know it kind of sucks. But the question is, I was wondering, can I go back to the story once I reach like the final ending, or is it Reddit scroll and I would have to start a new game? And then the question is, what do you prefer? Do you prefer I do that backtracking thing now, or really after we've done everything, assuming I can go back? I can redo any part at any time, even after I've completely finished true ending style. Sorry, I had to burp. Because that's cool, because then I would like to finish the path we're on and go back later for the stuff I wanted to try as sort of extra. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you very much on that front seat. Awesome. Then let's go and start it. Hello YouTube and welcome back. A little rushed intro again, because this is going to be a short stream. This girl has issues handling her life right now. Alright, we have entered the secret hideout under the phone booth. Alrighty, it looks like each of these has something written on them. And it saves us right here, which is perfect. Okay, it's exactly where we left off. This suit has a broken mask. I was just about to say I see a broken mask here. Awesome, so that's the suit worn by the person that Luca attacked. Which I'm still 100% certain is Nancreed. Doesn't mean that he's not strolling around here in the underground somewhere. Because I assume like if this is a full-fledged operation they would have extra suits. But still. So have we found our mystery warehouse creeper? Looks like it. We've at least found their hazmat suit. If it walks like an Nancreed and talks like an Nancreed and smells like an Nancreed, and what else? Looks like one, talks like one. Oh, it looks like an Nancreed. Walks like one, talks like one. Yeah. Let's not jump to conclusions. That's not jumping. That's just fact. Just saying. Yep, just saying. Alright, what do we have here? I see some papers. Here we actually cannot look at the console. Which feels like a severe oversight. It's a correct new drug shop or whatever. I think it wasn't that, but that's even better. Mining Operations Alpha. Okay. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizer. And a series of tubes. Paul always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. That's the thing about Pa, you don't always realize what he means until it's too late. Well, it means you can only trust a miner until they find what they're looking for. Because as soon as they have what they want and can basically get all greedy and about the money, that's when things get ugly. And people get ugly. Perennial Harvest main office. That's where my mom works. What does she do? Science stuff. Wasn't her mom the new person in charge of deep engineering? Hey Lanebrick, welcome in. Perfect to know that you're here. We might need to smack some ass soon. So it's good that I have you in chat. Is she involved in all of this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? Well, it depends. How much she knows about the job she was hired to do. But of course, she it's very unlikely that she would be an active participant in this operation. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Oh yeah. Okay. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yep. Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? Must be something of interest there. This is starting to feel like something big. What, just now? It only now starts to feel like something big? Come on, dude. It started to feel big when we entered Granny's secret hideout in the basement. Ah, now I can look at the console. That's a lot of buttons. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know why we are in sci-fi tech.
Rollo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Yeah, Rollo's not the sharpest tool in the shed, but the kindest. I think it started feeling real when Luca was murdered for the first time. Or maybe that, yeah. No, not the eeny meeny miny. Please don't. I feel like Rollo really needs to channel his inner Homer Simpson for this. Do you know that Simpsons episode where Homer stops a nuclear meltdown like twice by pushing the right button and really also just going eeny, meeny, miny and just happens to push the right button? Channel your inner Homer, dude. Well, or not. Ruler, what did you do? Nothing! Incoming person. I didn't even move yet. What was that? Hi. Where? Exactly. There's nothing but weird tubes. Well done, in a tube. Just get back. Oh, hello, Mr. Lancrete. Shit, there we go again. Their scared expressions is nice. Shit. Shit. Awesome. You all need to come with me now. I ain't doing shit. We aren't going anywhere with you. Yep, please. Of course not. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. Honestly, Creek is such a creepy guy. This isn't like the worst underground secrets I can imagine him having. I told them it was an absurd password. But they love anything that makes them feel clever. So it wasn't even your own idea that boosted your ego? They who? That's no matter. If I can't keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now. I like my skin. This all stops now, Nuncreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
Also, quick flashback from last stream. If we understood that correctly, this dude is apparently Luca's uncle? If we got that right, which is still mind-baffling to me. You sound just like him. Who? Your father. Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. Okay, friends? Not brothers? Just friends? How did I make the uncle connection then? Interesting. Okay, so not uncle, just close friends. Okay. You know your father and I were friends back before. He
gestured toward the strange tubes.
All of this. That's a lie. It's true. I used to bounce you on my knee. True, maybe it was just a friend, adult in that kind, an uncle in that kind of sense, not biologically, just a close friend that you basically call uncle. Of course. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks. So, you were his sidekick? No. We were partners. He helped the patients, and I helped him. Yep. Total sidekick.
Nuncreed let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. There's 3 alternative timelines where I basically kill you. No, that's not it. Okay. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us. Says he's got an opportunity. He'd found something he didn't quite understand. And he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Your father and I both believed in helping people. Maybe saying yes initially and then changing their mind once they really get a grasp of the situation. But the thing I could never get him to understand was, it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. I hate it. You know, I hate Nuncreed so much because he's been such a creep throughout the entire game that I really hate to agree with him on this. And I know they are trying to, you know, make him seem reasonable and not as bad as it was set out to be. Yeah, that's also something that I believe in. I call it a healthy dose of egoistic behavior. Just a healthy dose. Yeah, like you need to be a little egoistic once in a while. If not, if you don't do that, then you just destroy yourself in one way or another. It's using self-love language to justify even sizes. That sounds like a denial, in my opinion. Also possible. I mean, we'll see where this goes. Classic sidekick into villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous, almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing, though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone. Yep, that is absolutely... We know we haven't met Sharper Valentine once in this game, at least so far. I still have my Solomon theory, if you remember. But just with the bits and pieces we had about Sharper Valentine that gave us a glimpse into his character, he's absolutely like... Yeah. That's absolutely a perfect statement. He would be the kind of guy that did that.
He shook his head wistfully.
Sharp is long gone, but he still got me saying yes. It's even worse then. Is there a point to this sub-story? Not really, no. Just biding your time until help arrives and you can batch us all up. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
Iggy had his redemption. Nuncreed doesn't. He doesn't deserve it. I tried to keep you safe. The hell you did. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this first, but you forced my hand. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna tell aside full-fledged denial.
Luca began to laugh.
What? You really don't know? My gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Juniper? Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party. She's going to disrupt the festival. Why would she...
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know? Lambrick will not replicate Nuncreed's ugly sweater. Take that! Apparently she knows a lot of things. What? Let's just say this isn't the only underground lair we've busted into today. Most brutal of insults delivered by Lambrick. And honestly, hers is way cooler. Yeah, I mean, this is just giving me laundromat vibes. She got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what it is she's messing with. Tell me now! She's in danger, boy. I also believe she is. I believe she goes through with her plan. And tries to destroy the source with an explosion. But as we now know, basically the energy you feed into it makes it explode and bring on the Great Freeze. So actually, it's Grandma that is killing everyone and freezing over the entire town. I don't know. She had a map of a mark on the fountain in town square. The fountain? But why would...
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source? What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and... Dear God, she's going to freeze us all. You all need to run. There's nowhere to run. Like, we don't know how big the freeze radius is of this thing, but it has to be enormous because it will cover the initial Beacon Pines and the newly built one. So I very much doubt that 3 children who don't even have bikes, as far as we know, will not be able to go far enough away so they don't get hit by the big freeze. Especially since we don't know how big the radius actually is. Run where? Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. That did not go how I expected. So... No, we're not gonna run, we're gonna follow him. We're totally following him, right? Mm-hmm. Totally. See you on the other side. You good? Somebody mentioned it's cute. All the animations look amazing. Yeah? See you on the other side of the apocalypse. I love this town. I do too, Beck.
Chapter 8. The Cold, Hard Truth. Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
That was intense. Yeah. I think I might have partied with some fluids in there. Rollo! Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. Doesn't look like it got us. Got on any other. Doesn't look like it got on any of us. I didn't feel like we traveled that far. I don't want to ask that question, Catilla. I don't want... no. TMI. So, where did it all go? This place sucks. Why would anyone even want to blow something up out here? Only one way to find out, I suppose. We've got to catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way. Catch up to Mr. Nuncreed. This looks familiar, yeah. Maybe we can clear off this. No time. Nuncreed's getting away. Oh, come on. Really? Let me have time. And yes, no running ASMR. Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well-versed in all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica of town. Ah, I got it. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien. Rolo. Stick with me here. His species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimension. So naturally, they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through those metallic wormholes back there. The final objective, kill us all and shapeshift into a Beacon Pine citizen of their choosing. You never really had me. But you very much lost me there. You get used to it. We should keep moving.
As they rounded the corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild. Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you, this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town. Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran? What's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rollo and Beck held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not
They
true.
both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to affect change. Sorry, can't read. Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets. No, that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge.
Come on, give me one last turning point.
Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
Luca Van Horn, you're gonna save the world. Ooh.
And in the stillness, he began to weep. It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered softly. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow. Gran stared at Luca for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
It'll all make sense soon, Luca. Then everything can go back to normal. I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
You can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall. Juniper, don't.
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness. She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
You see, Joseph, I've learned one very, very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing to...
Before Gran could finish, the ground shook her to silence. Gran only had time to spin around and run to Luca. Her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror, there was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end. Well, that was dire. On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from. Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Alright, we're gonna do that again. I mean, misguided band of meddlers isn't totally wrong, no matter what. True. There's just too many things people don't know. And I mean all of them. Now. Alright. Luca Van Horn going to save the world. A little anticlimactic that I made the wrong choice.
And in the stillness, he began to hum.
Let's see if we can do better this time.
After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother. Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud. Gran lowered the torch, listening closely. As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out. A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, She began to hum along, note for note. Luca lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. Buckaroo. The only people who call me that are my dad and your mother. Called it! Fucking called it!
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly. He could just make out the impression of a familiar face. He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees. Something about her was undeniably his mother, only smaller, older, changed.
Mom? That's right, buckaroo. Mom!
Luca sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother. They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Oh, Eleanor? I thought you were gone. You should have known I would never abandon my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you'd have pieced it together by now. You were exposed. Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave me? I never left. I was always right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me? You tore me up, Luca, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us both move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. You could have trusted me. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then what do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. This is too big. I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting fire with fire.
For the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now. There's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold, hard truth.
Luca gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow, as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash. You don't understand. He always wins.
Chapter 9. The Devil You Know. 7 months ago.
Okay, what are we betting that Sharper Valentine isn't dead and gone either?
Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tenthus liquamen. There were dozens of them. Every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I'm tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar. Excuse me? I will not. This town has a dangerous secret and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us they would clean this place up. We just had to leave town for a few days. But when they had us evacuated... Mrs. Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to... You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please. Don't you all see? This festival is a sham. An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I'm Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just sneaky as Dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. And now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this, obviously disturbed woman, somewhere comfortable, so that she can get the help she needs. She's not the one who's disturbed. You two-timing clown. You'll know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is... That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncrete.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncrete's face.
Call it! Call it again! Call it again! Call it again! Call it again! Yes, sir! Take them away. No, I want them to see this. Ah, the ever-tempestuous Eleanor Van Horn. You've been quite the thorn in my side. Like a weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look
He
dreadful.
paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt the little party. But alas, I expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Curl? Yes, sir? It's a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for that rousing oratory. I will take it from here. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. You've done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Called it! Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist. A hushed horror gripped the crowd. This is a story about change.
What? No! Ah, so you didn't see that coming. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Also, how convenient that apparently your clothes changed by drinking some liquid, and they also changed size. Because if they didn't, you would have ripped through your clothes and would stand naked before the crowd, which would be a little bit awkward, you know. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. Of course, Solomon had some other kid manipulate the sign. I forgot about that after having the theory that Solomon would be Sharper Valentine. Ha! Wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard! Still a new charm? I'm glad you're back, so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with this again. Sorry, this is not a time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr?
Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward! Does anyone else have something to contribute? Yeah, I do. Eat shit!
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
If the charm would have been bastard, it would have been funny. I thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You're clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give. the opportunity to prove yourself in my absence. That is the greatest gift a parent can give their child. I mean, it fits the character, but for real, dude. Jesus Christ. Squandered. To say I am disappointed would be an understatement. But Silence, Augustus. An adult is speaking. I don't know which is worse. A son who is completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Aries, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I have been wasting time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I was focused on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's alright, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where's Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? No, it's still him. Ah, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you said enough. Nonsense! The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because you left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up. You're about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor, desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again. And I'm willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Wow. What kind of sorry ass needs to boost his ego by being a dictator in a small town with less than 30 people living in it? Sharper Valentine must have a phenomenally small dick. Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of Perennial Harvest? You think that puffed up blatherskite would have accomplished all of this? Don, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow. You've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Patrick C. Montesquieu, thespian extraordinaire at your service and full of shit. Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime. Wait, so this Bill Kerr was a patsy the whole time? Now that the secret is out in the open, what's to stop this town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears most. And I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. The young hero. I've kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently, you might have had your moment of triumph. But that's fate for you. You can't do this! Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do, given time. The inscription from the statue. And now time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought. But well worth it.
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous, a secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end. This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
Alright. Nothing here. Those two here. Okay, I feel like this is the branch we have to focus on. Oh, and this to the soul with malice. Okay, oh, wait, no. Oh, interesting. Okay, so basically this branch is good and done for. Okay, okay, since we have to jump to the exact opposite branch anyway, I'm thinking about just doing the thing I wanted to do here. Would you guys mind? If I go back in here and try to think that's okay? Perfect, thank you.
This is a story
Love you
about
guys.
struggle.
You're amazing.
Luca could hear a machine humming somewhere nearby. He felt around wildly, searching for something, anything that could help. His hands found a hard object, maybe a tile? He yanked it free, lifting the cold stone. Let me go! Luca swung the tile as hard as he could at the shape that still held fast to his leg. He heard the crack of glass as the stone hit the assailant's mask. With a muffled yelp, the hand let go. Luca was free and scrambled to the door. He never looked back once on the long run home. Chapter 3. Everything's fine. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
I finished throwing a mess of jam last night. Oh. That'll need to get delivered to town today. Okay. So, what did you and Rolo get up to yesterday? Oh, Rolo had things to do, so I just sort of poked around town. I set the jam down by the front door. There's 2 batches to drop off. One from Mr. Tolliver at the Bag and Wag. Another from Mrs. Fratelli at the diner. Oh, and Mr. Nuncreed. He said he wanted some more. I suspected as much. Yes, he seems to have taken a particular interest in my jam. There are some extras in the basket for that enthusiastic gentleman. Just make sure Fratelli and Tolliver get the ones on top. Also, thank you for bronking Nuncreed, Catilla. You are absolutely the goat. No problem. Off with you now, while the day is still young. That's what I want to try. I want to go and try and go to Nuncreed first. And honestly, I would love if that had an effect. I doubt it. With how far we've come in this branch, I doubt it has an effect on the story. But I just want to try it. Also, it doesn't seem like Luca to completely ignore simple instructions anyway. Yeah. Hello, it's Juniper Hartford. Before you hang up, just hear me out. I have a business proposition. Oh, that's probably the heiress. The simple matter is we both have the same problem that needs solving. Oh, it's so interesting to go back knowing what will happen and be able to tell who she's talking with. Very well, we can meet tonight. And they did. Okay. Sorry about yesterday. Roxy can be so annoying. But good news, no more boring chores for me today. Did you make it out to the old Valentine warehouse? So, what did you find? Give me the dirt. Something happened. There was someone else there. What? Who was it? Was it aliens? I knew it would be aliens. No. Zombies? No. Alien zombies? What else could it possibly be? Rolo, I've got to deliver these into town first. We can catch up after. Oh, is it a whole thing? It sounds like a whole thing. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it here. Meet me at the treehouse tonight. I'm not sure what this treehouse is that you speak of. Meet me at Mission Control. Roger that, Space Cadet. Alright, off to creepy Nuncreed. Alright, I can't. Oh no, I already know that I have completely fished with all the baits that are possible. Also, I forgot that I cannot lean on the post while my hands are full. I figure it's matter with how Matt Roller got, considering Luca just said let's see tonight, not in a couple hours or something. I mean, he probably expected him to be at the treehouse as soon as nightfall hit, and it was a couple hours after that. And I think he also said that he stayed past his bedtime at the treehouse. So basically, he would return home later than he was allowed to, and would definitely get into trouble for that. That's kind of what I read into it. Okay, Nuncreed first. Got some jam for you, Mr. Nuncreed. Luca, you seem chipper. Well, aside from being on delivery duty, it's a nice day.
Mr. Nuncreed eyed Luca for a moment, then nodded in agreement.
I suppose it is. So, do you want your jam? Oh, right. Usually Juniper drops those off herself. I guess she's busy today.
Luca handed the jam to Mr. Nuncreed, and he nestled it with both hands.
Well, I'll just have to finish this batch of quicker than normal. You tell her to go ahead and get started on my next order. You got it. Okay, Mr. Tolliver next. Because I want to finish at the diner since this is the other place I really want to go.
Huddled at his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples. More accurately, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining one apple.
Hello?
With a yelp, Mr. Tolliver fumbled the apple, flailing at the air as it fell.
Oh, sorry. No bother, no
He
bother.
leaned forward and lowered his voice.
I see you have something for me. Yeah, Gran had some jam I'm supposed to give
He
you.
leaned in a bit further.
Jam? Yeah, these ones on top. She wrote your name on
Mr.
them.
Tolliver leaned back, speaking loud enough for anyone to hear.
Ah, yes, the jam. Thank you so much for delivering this jam
He
to me.
reached forward and snapped up the jars of jam, giving Luca a little wink.
Why do you give him a wink? I shall put it on my store shelves post haste. Okay, I should finish my deliveries. Yeah, exactly. Of course.
He leaned in
course.
for a final whisper.
Of course. Exactly, that's what I wanted to check. But honestly, I would have been surprised if this actually made a difference. But because think about it, if Nuncreed actually took the jam jars meant for Tolliver or Mrs. Fratelli, it would mean he would find the, secret notes they keep passing around regarding their plan and would get suspicious. So it would have an impact on the story, and we don't have a tree branch for that. At least so far, only changes in the story come from turning points. And since there wasn't a turning point here, it was unlikely that it would affect the story. But I wanted to try it. I wanted to try if there's any difference in the dialogue. If you have an extra dialogue line where, for example, we have some extra dialogue with Mr. Nuncreed where it goes like, oh, I see there's other jars in there, I have to look for mine, or something like that. Or he actually picks the wrong ones, and then you go to Tolliver or Mrs. Fratelli, and then you go, oh, my jars aren't there. And then you go like, oh yeah, Mr. Nuncreed must have picked the wrong ones. And then they go, oh, he did? I must rush over and get mine back and switch him, and something extra like that. But yeah, a little disappointed in that, but I wanted to try it out. Okay.
Luca squinted at the faded photo of him and his mom at the diner. Memories of that day came flooding back.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, we have more orders. Good afternoon, Mr. Tolliver. Achoo! Sorry, these allergies have been killing me. I haven't been able to smell a thing all day. I almost sold Mrs. Hatch a gallon of spoiled milk this morning. Got anything to help clear these darn sinuses? Whatever it takes. I just want to be able to smell again. Oh, burnt burger, nice. Rotten fish. Oh, quadruple burger, tiny burger. I just want to be able to smell again. Maybe the rotten fish? I mean, what helps clearing your sinuses? I mean, things with a sharp smell usually help. I mean, let's try the fish. Onions could be good. Well, let's try it. Achoo! Not right? I need something a little spicy, I'm afraid. Okay. Spicy. The issue is I only have spicy... Achoo! What's wrong? Well, I like the spicy peppers. Put them on something that'll really wake up the senses. Oh, it's okay, so it's the rotten fish and the super spicy peppers. I call this one, now we have it, a card for the common cold. Oh my, that's spicy. And stinky. I'm sorry, I'll try again. No! Don't you see what this means? I can smell again. Looks like your father isn't the only doctor in the family. Hey, Miss Hatch. What can I get you? Oh, I'm not terribly hungry. Something snack-sized, if you could. Alright, so you get the tiny burger. Aw, that's adorable. I love how these words translate into different dish compartments. That's so sweet. Yeah, let's go full adorable. I call it the novella. Lovely. Actually, a nice name for her dish. For a resident bookworm. I have a coupon here for 1 free burger. What will it be? Well, I have a lot of mouths to feed, so the quadruple burger for you. So give me the biggest burger you have. They must eat a lot, huh? You have no idea. Basically, we saw, by the way, at the, I didn't mention it, but at the, in the other timeline, at the festival right now, where we had the last ending we got with Sharper Valentine transforming, you could see her with 3 children, a baby in the stroller, and pregnant. Just saying. Oh, and throw some lettuce on top. Alright, let's make this lavish. And a little tender. I call it the too much is never enough. Should keep him at bay. Thank you. If it isn't little Luca. Hey, Uncle Nuncreed. There we go. So, family friend who gets called Uncle. How come you haven't been around the house lately? 5 patties and a tiny sliver of lettuce. Yum. Well, your dad and I had a little disagreement, that's all. How's he doing? Has he mentioned me? Not really. He's been busy lately. Sometimes he doesn't come home from work before bedtime. Is that so? Well, tell him I'm thinking of him. You seem sad. Nonsense. What can I get for you for lunch? Fact of the matter is, I don't have much of an appetite right now. But Uncle Nuncreed, you gotta eat. I'll make you something special. That'll cheer you up. Okay, he doesn't have much of an appetite. You need something special to cheer him up. What do we have? I mean, we haven't had the regular burger yet. But I feel like I wanted to do the mustard smiley again. You know, to cheer him up. Well, let's try it. I call it perfect. The tree's looking at you, kid. One burger with a side of good vibes. Make a bacon burger. Oh god. Oh, Luca, you sweet boy.
Mr. Nuncreed reached down and patted Luca's shoulder with an enormous hand.
You got a lot of your daddy in you, don't ya? I guess so. Run along. I'll do my best to clean my plate. Alright, you two. This just in. Last chance diner overrun by gremlins. I'm not a gremlin, I'm Luca.
Mr. Wilder adjusted his monocle jokingly.
I stand corrected. In that case, would you believe I have a craving for a burger? You've come to the right place. Indeed. I'll have a nice juicy burger topped with onion. Coming right up. Very clear order. Love that. I could give you a burnt burger as a joke. For calling me a gremlin. But I won't. Here you go. I call it the Wilder. You know I love a good byline. Many thanks. Eris, what do you want? Listen well, child. I'm only going to say this once. I require a well-done burger. Got it? And when I say well done, I mean it. Well done, no problem. I fear you aren't grasping my request. Yo, you wanted charcoal. I got it. I want the burger charred beyond recognition. Yeah, I got that. I want it bitter and black. You mean like your soul? One burnt burger coming right up. And top it with the most expensive thing you have. Oh my god, that is such a rich people thing to say. Give me a destroyed burger with the most expensive topping. That was something spicy. Wasn't that spicy? Yeah, that was some beans, right? We need caviar or something. Lavish, yeah. Iris likes her burger like she likes her. No, never mind. Bonk. Yeah, that's calling for bonk. May I present the row you burned? I can hardly believe it. You've done well. Mrs. Fratelli had caviar stashed back there? The woman is full of surprises. Very good. This will suffice. Alrighty, it looks like we've got everything we need. Let's get to feeding these folks. Oh, I already fed everyone. You ate the food? Oh, you made all the food yourself? What on earth did you put on the burgers? What people wanted. I just used what was lying around. Oh dear, that can't be good. I have a room full of happy customers that will give us 5-star reviews on Yelp. Okay, don't come for me, Mom. Thanks again, Luca. Best burger I ever ate. Surprisingly competent. Everyone seems happy. You really are a remarkable boy, aren't you? Yes, chef. Achievement received. Alright, perfect. That means... Oh, sorry. Need to go here, of course. And We will follow this line. Alright, let's see. This is where we... investigated... Yes, of course. This is where we investigated the warehouse with Rollo. We have the walkie-talkie. Rollo was missing the next day. And we accidentally hit back with a little of the aging liquid. And you got some white hair. And on our way back, we got stopped by Mr. Nuncrete. Alright. There was malice lurking behind Mr. Nuncrete's eyes.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes, like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncrete's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I just want this all to be over. Of course, I'm sure it will all work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check for Rollo at the treehouse.
Luca twisted free of Nuncrete's grasp.
Of course. Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. Yeah, bye. Oh no, wait. Any chance I can talk to Beck? No, it doesn't look like it. At least if he wants to die, he can. Yeah. Honestly, I'm still not fully buying into Nuncrete's redemption. Alright. Treehouse. These festival decorations are a bit humdrum. Now if I were to throw a festival, it would be a thing to behold. I agree, this is all more than a little sad. It's worse than sad. It's boring. What if we did a little something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know that festival sign waited to be unveiled? It would be a shame if someone...
The two scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
It honestly makes me wonder what the sign was initially supposed to say. Identify yourself, please. Nellie Modwell. I work here now. I am unable to locate you on our staff roll. Oh, I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kerr said I could come in early tonight to get a few things done. Hold, please. Clearance authorized. Thank you. Our harvest awaits. Whoa. You could get a wrench to the noggin sneaking up on a guy like that. Don't scare a man while he's drunk and sunny. Evening, Jeff. Isn't it kind of late to be junking? I might as well ask the same thing of you. Find anything good? Ha! Ever since perennial harvest moved in, even the junk is trash. Yeah, our harvest awaits is a very culty thing to say. You can learn a lot about a person by looking at what they throw away. True. With this bunch, it's all shredded paper and coffee cups. Well, I better get going. I didn't see nothing. If you didn't see nothing. See what? Exactly. One last time. Alright, now back to saving the world. Rollo?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rollo! Rollo, wherever you are, I hope you're okay.
Luca felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag.
Alright, I was just thinking about why did we... Alright, wait, okay, we said we wanted to search for Rollo, so we didn't know he was here, we were just hoping he was here and told Roxy we would check it out.
He conceded to its lumpy embrace. Once again, Luca found himself in a vast black expanse. This time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire. The source. He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Luca stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket. A keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together." Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. Wait? For what? Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward.
Oh, the doppelganger again.
"That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luca began to weep.
And now it also makes sense where we have a bitter future version of Luca in a hazmat suit in a dream. That is definitely a possible future in the timeline where Sharper Valentine can play his whole plan out, because like Luca would eventually grow up and would be very much forced to work for Sharper. Like it's either that or leave Beacon Pines if you can. The question is if Sharper Valentine would even let anyone out of town leave the place and potentially go somewhere else and, you know, tell the kind of shit Sharper is pulling in Beacon Pines. Unlikely.
Is any of this real? Are you real?
In some universe, he is.
Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. "Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me." Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone. Does that make sense?" Through his tears, Luca laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace. "Time to go, Buckaroo."
Okay, and can we just say how Buckaroo is like the cutest nickname any parent has ever had for their child? Like ever?
Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below. Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open.
Boom!
Chapter 5.
Panic strings.
Dangers big and small. Luca stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
No, Roxy. Stop right there. Or I'll... No! Damn, I'm stupid. It's Rolo. It's grown-up Rolo. Sheesh. I know it's dark and all, but I figured you'd recognize me. Why did I say Roxy? Probably because size and grown-up. Who are you?
The large figure cocked its head inquisitively.
Stop now. I'll clobber you with a baseball bat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Take it easy. Luca, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rolo. Nice try. But I know you aren't Rolo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he? Uncle? Luca, quit messing around. It's me. If it really is you, prove it. Flaming chicken coop, Luca.
Luca's jaw dropped. He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rolo, only bigger, older, changed.
How? What happened to you? When I was running away, I ran into more people in those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away. What? Where did they take you? Don't know. They threw a bag over my head. It was cold and smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. They made my hands all big. Look.
Rolo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
It's a little more than your hands that got big. Pretty sweet, right? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower. But beggars can't be choosers. Rolo, it wasn't just your hands. My feet too? Damn! Pa just made me new shoes. Wait, Luca, well, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rolo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What
his
the?
hands shot up to his face.
Holy Toledo! Rolo, what did they do to you? They made me drink some sort of green crud? Ew. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It kind of tasted like licorice. I could think someone happens to like licorice a lot. I passed out and woke up like #woke up like this. And then I sorta smashed open my cage and escaped. Whoa. You smashed open a cage? Also, it must have been kind of practical for them to have a human animal like someone else to experiment on. This is something I was wondering about when Sharper just drank the fluid. If and how they tested it. So I don't know if they tested it before Rolo, but if not, then he was their prime test subject. Kinda. At least I think I did. It's all a bit of a blur. They had you in a cage? Who are these people? I don't know who did this to you, but we're gonna fix it. Fix it. This is awesome. Well, I'm just glad you're safe now. Luca, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go. We may finally have a lead on what happened to your family. Maybe you're right. But this all seems dangerous. Danger.
Rollo shadowboxed a few jabs.
I'll take them all on. Yo, back. Hey fellas, what's up?
With a yelp, Rollo dove behind Luca.
I like the blue. Ah, take cover. Did I come at a bad time? Who the heck are you? This is Beck. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened and I need help. I didn't know where else to go. So, you're just hanging out here with your large adult friend? No, this is my buddy Rolo. This is your missing friend? One and the same. He seems a little old. I'll have you know, this is a recent development. What the heck does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry. You're the one who just showed up out of nowhere. So we'll be asking the questions here. That's fair. How did you find us? Your silly little treehouse? I think you mean our silly little mission control. I hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret. And I could hear your racket from a mile away. See, Luca, this is why we need to improve security around here. Not now, Rolo. Becky said something bizarre happened. Yeah, but...
She shot a nervous glance at Rollo.
Anything you can say around me, you can say around Rolo. This has been a weird day all around, hasn't it? Yep.
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay, so it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try to salvage my hair. So I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mom gave me. Okay, just need to play it cool. And I hope no one notices. Notice what? Oh, nothing. I was just... Come over here and let me have a look. Oh, honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? I just kind of look a change. This is going to take forever to grow out. You were the one who said that change was a good thing, right? And after all, this is a story about change. I was talking about your mother's new job. I was talking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took your lesson to heart.
Ilona tried to put on a smile.
Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie had to go into work. Tonight? Her and Mr. Kerr decided it would be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That Kerr guy seems like a grade A creep. Back! He is! Him and his weird cult of personality. You are not going to ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much to her. Oh, I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough to her to exile her daughter to this podunk town. This place sucks. The people are weird. You just don't know them yet. It's always cold. We're in the mountains. You'll get used to it. I can't even pick up a single decent station on the radio. It's all banjo music and farm reports. You know, I grew up in a town not this different from this one. Is that why you're better talking to plants than people? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you're grounded. What? In the morning, I'll have Nellie come and see what we can do about fixing your hair. Look, nothing about her needs fixing, and the blue hair is fabulous, okay? You need to look oh, I hate that word. You need to look presentable for the festival. Jesus Christ. Breathe away your childhood trauma. But not another peep.
She sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
I know moving is hard, honey. But that doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. Other people seem to have that covered for me. Oh, and if you decide to rebel by dyeing your hair more...
She flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll just shave it off for you? Why did I like you? Or at least I didn't dislike you up until now. Get out of my freaking face! Think of how rebellious you'll look then. Very funny. Thank you. Good night, sweetie. Fuck off. Good night, Mom. I would have said goodbye, good night. Yeah, first of all, goodbye, bitch. And fucking left. Wait. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you need help because you got grounded? No. I'm sorry you got in trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it. I actually kind of like this look. Honestly, I do too. And you know what? I would like it even more if you took off your headwear and showed us your blue hair in all your glory. Great. Can we get back to the story now? This next part is the important bit. Okay, she must have seen Gran in the hazmat suit talking to the heiress in theory. Oh, I have this radio upgraded with my mom and I was too angry to sleep. Okay, no, she interfered, so she heard some talking on the radio, okay. So I tried to dial into something worth listening to. Mr. Kerr? Are you there? Mr. Kerr? Yes, I'm busy. What is it? Apologies, I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. One moment. Hello, sir. It's so nice to hear from you. Skip the pleasantries. What's the report on our new lead researcher of deep engineering? Nellie Maldwell seems to be integrating nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime before I even had a chance to suggest it. Excellent. And you have faith that she is capable of finishing the work left by her predecessor. Her work must be complete before the festival. I'll make sure she stays day and night until it's accomplished. Good. You know how I feel about loose ends. Yes, sir. Once she has finished the work, we need to make a determination regarding her long-term prospects in the company. Immediately, sir? I usually have more time to fully bring people into the fold. We're in the end game, Belle. After your failures with Dr. Prescott, I can't afford to take any risks. Of course, sir. No loose ends, sir. When she finishes the work, she will either leave the office completely committed to perennial harvest, or she won't leave at all. Perfect. Sir, if I might suggest, maybe we should delay, just for a bit. Oh. It's just, we seem to be rushing to hit this festival deadline. And rushing into things has caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand that I just want what's best for you. I'm eternally grateful for all that you've done for me. Bill, I'll make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly. Not to have options. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You're only a few days away from having everything you ever dreamed of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Whoa. Yeah. Just to be clear, when they said loose ends, they were talking about murder, right? Like actually killing someone. Capital murder.
Luca gave Rollo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who is this founder? I was hoping you guys would know. Nah. As far as we know, Kerr is the top banana at Perennial Harvest. He sounded scared of this founder guy. So we have an even topper banana on the field. What the hell is my mom caught up in? Has she talked about the job much? Not really. She said she was going to come in and continue the work of someone she respected. Luca, do you think the body at the warehouse was the person Beck's mom came to replace? That would make sense. Beck, it seems like Nellie's predecessor got loose-ended. I'm getting that impression. Okay, so we need to get your mom out of there before the festival happens. That's 2 days away. Won't you just come home after work? The creep on the radio said they were going to hold her there until then. So if she's not coming out, we gotta go in and get her.
Beck flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Maybe this'll help. You have blueprints? Well, it's really just a welcome map for my mom's PH or orientation day. But they chose the layout. Sure looks like blueprints to me. Look, here's the reception area. There's a big room marked Founder's Office. Sorry about that. It even has the exits marked. Guys. We have a deadline. We have an objective. We have blueprints. You realize what it is, right? Heist?
Rollo started to wiggle with excitement.
I think we're heisting. This is officially a heist.
Chapter 6. The Heist. They spent the night's end huddled around that small map, formulating a plan to infiltrate the headquarters of Perennial Harvest. It would be no small feat. A modern facility equipped with all manner of technology, not to mention the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout. By the time the sun began to peek through the car window used as a makeshift balcony door, all were in agreement. This could just work. The final day before the festival would be used to prepare. They'd need to pool every resource at their disposal, pull every favor with a thread. Even enlist some unsavory characters around town with important tasks only they were suited for. Luckily, there was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that alliances could be found at a bargain. Luca, Beck, and Rollo rubbed their eyes as they exited the treehouse. They hadn't slept at all that night. There was no time. The festival was to begin in 1 day, and they each had their assignments.
Welcome in, Panda. Alright, quick recap. Rollo, you're gonna talk to Roxy. Cordially. With her and Fizz, this whole thing without her and Fizz, this whole thing could go bust. Me? Cordial is my middle name. Ooh, nice heist music. Uh-huh. And how do you plan to explain your
He
new...
waved vaguely at Rollo's sizable figure.
circumstance? Ah! She'll be so happy I'm alive, she won't even notice.
Snorted an involuntary giggle.
And Beck, you sure Luna won't just shoot this whole thing down when she hears it? She'll listen. Once she understands the danger Nellie is in, the danger we're all in, the plan will make sense. Okay. That leaves me with Jeff, then Iggy. How are you gonna persuade them? I'll think of something.
They each looked at each other with sleepy confidence and nodded.
Well, Godspeed. Ah, there we go. Hey Jeff. What can I do for you? Well, I know how much you hate perennial harvest. Hate's a strong word. Oh, sorry, I mean... I didn't say it was the wrong word. Gotcha. So, we're gonna break into the headquarters, and I thought you might be able to
Jeff
help.
wheezed out a long snicker.
You see, I knew you kids were alright. Great, so you'll
The
help?
joy in Jeff's face drained instantly.
Not a chance. But give me one good reason I should risk my hide aiding and abetting your rescue.
Looking into the sullen eyes of his would-be accomplice, Luca blurted out the first word that came to mind.
Junk! Yeah? What of it? Sonny, I've got more junk than a king has copper. Ain't interested. Okay, not a turning point.
Luca wasn't ready to give up so easily. He shouted out again.
Hide? Hide!
Jeff's brow perked up.
What'd you say? Go ahead and hide
Sensing
them.
some traction, Luca carried on with vigor.
Let a bunch of kids do what needs to be done. We're not afraid.
Jeff's scowl faded with a sigh.
Say what you will. Say what you will about old Jeff, and they all do. But you'll never hear him say, I hid from nothing.
One good stomp of the foot was all Jeff needed to drive his point home.
Wait. What was it you kids needed? Some sort of disguise. I've got just the thing. And while we're at it, that crate should come in handy. It ain't gonna be free, you know? I'm thinking 5 bags of Sargops should cover it. Put it on my tab?
Luca offered out his open hand to seal the deal. With a firm and dusty grip, Jeff reciprocated.
I wanted to go in order. I was hoping that the last one was gonna be the one that works. Didn't know the second one was gonna work. Done. Swing by first thing in the morning. Okay. We have Jeff done. Time's running out, unfortunately, so I can't really go everywhere, but I want to talk with you. Undaunted, he shook his head. Over? No. Endings are merely a state of mind. This doesn't end until I give up. Wow. I admire the conviction. But can you really pull through? Alright. Now where could Iggy and Trish be? Ah, perfect. Hey Tish, look who it is. Luca, are you here to try to tickle us to death again? Look, just hear me out.
Iggy raised an eyebrow suspiciously.
We're listening. Iggy, I know you've both been giant bags of shit to each other.
Iggy gave a reluctant shrug.
You're not wrong. But lately, life has been kinda... strange? Strange, you know?
Iggy considered the point.
Things have been weird around here. So I'm offering a truce and asking for your help. What do you say we... break our hostilities, at least for now. We do like breaking things. Even if a truce means less breaking things. What if I told you there was a way to have a truce and break stuff? Go on. I need you to cause a distraction so I can sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ.
A wild-eyed grin spread across Iggy's face.
My, Luca Van Horn. I'm impressed. And after this is all done, maybe you and Tish can come hang out at the treehouse sometime?
Iggy glanced over to Tish, who nodded in agreement.
Fine. But not because we want to see your crappy treehouse. We just like to cause chaos.
With a quick nod, Luca was off.
Did you hear that, Tish?
Iggy gazed up at Tish with a smile.
He invited us to hang out at the
A single
treehouse.
tear ran down Tish's cheek.
Oh my god. Tish actually says something other than yup? Whoa! This is huge. I never expected this day to come. Same Tish. I did not expect the day to come where I hear more from you than just yup. How wonderful.
Chapter 7.
Oh, we're breezing through the chapters
Into the
here.
hive.
This is the one. This is the fucking one. This is true ending
A
stuff.
good heist requires preparation, and thorough preparation takes time, something they had precious little of. So far, everything was in order. Jeff, Iggy, and Tish all agreed to do their part. Beck radioed Luca that night with a simple and covert message. We are locked and loaded on my end. And Rollo, after a lengthy confession, managed to persuade Roxy and Fitz to help. He stowed away in mission control for the night to avoid attracting attention. Rollo, being uniquely suited for the role, would be the first to breach Perennial Harvest. The outfit provided by Jeff wasn't perfect, but a convincing disguise is 10% wardrobe, 90% confidence. Rollo took a few vigorous breaths and shook out his arms.
Just stay calm, Rollo. You can do this. Like the mustache. Got your delivery here. A delivery? I don't have anything in my notes about the delivery. One moment. I'm so sorry, but there's no delivery scheduled for this morning. Right.
He had to think quick.
That's because this goes directly to the founder. He asked that it be kept secret.
Rollo sighed, adjusting his tool belt.
You know how the founder can be. That nervous ass smile. Also, I didn't say anything about last stream, but I get the feeling that the people who actually are in one lot with Sharper Valentine basically all have something yellow around their neck. If you look around it, William Kerr has a bow tie, his children have ties, he himself has a tie as an adult, and the clipboards have these little yellow strings. Ironically, Mr. Nuncreed doesn't have anything yellow around his neck. That's why I'm not sure, is there? But there's a lot of people with yellow something around their neck. I suppose we can leave this one off the records. Our harvest awaits and
With a
such.
stroke of his mustache, Rollo proceeded into the Perennial Harvest headquarters.
Our harvest awaits. Package here for the founder. Oh? I didn't hear anything about... Yeah, this is a need-to-know kind of thing. Oh, I'll just
He
check.
stammered and flipped through the pages of his clipboard.
This goes directly to the founder. I don't have time to fill you in. Oh, I see. If you could just complete this
Rollo
form.
interrupted with urgency in his voice.
Every time with the forms. Look, if you want to explain to the founder why I'm late, well, it's your funeral. I'm sorry. What did you say your name was again?
Rollo panicked.
Please say Hank Atomic. Please say Hank Atomic. Our harvest awaits. Sir? That's a restricted area. Excuse me, sir. Our harvest awaits. Ready to light this candle, Tish? Yup. Suck on this, perennial ham fist. What was that?
Distraction was enough for Rollo to regain his confidence.
Just open the damn door. I've got a job to do.
The clipboard fumbled around in a frenzy.
I should check on that noise. Oh, come on. Just buzz me in already. Okay, okay. Oh, that was the fakest laugh ever. Sorry. Phew. That was close. Our harvest awaits? Hey, I figure when in doubt, stick with the classics. Well, that was a close one. But you pull it off. Nice work, Rollo. Alright, everyone. Everyone knows what to do? Yep. Deep engineering is to the north. I'll go with Beck. In case you need some muscle. I'll head east to the founder's office. You two be safe. Has to wait. Locate the founder's office. Oh, we will. That's odd. Isn't even any cups for the water. True. A hallway to nowhere. We can do it. What's going on here? Solomon?
Solomon stopped in his tracks.
Luca? What are you doing here? Actually, the last person I wanted to meet in here. It's a long story. Are you okay?
A veneer of confusion flashed across Solomon's face. His words rushed out dramatically.
No, I'm most certainly not okay. Some strange people grabbed me and... Were they in hazmat suits? Yes, how did you know? They brought me here and locked me up, and when they were distracted, I ran. Damn. Okay, you should stick with me. We've got a plan.
Solomon's facade briefly faltered.
We? Yeah, Roland and Beck are headed to deep engineering. Thank heavens you found me. We've got to get out of here. We can't leave just yet. But they'll catch us again. I've got to do something first. When you were running, did you happen to see a door marked Founder? Founder? Why are you looking for him? I'm not. I just need to get into the office. Now that you mention it, I do think I saw a door that said Founder. It was just down this way.
Luca happened to notice a plaque above the door.
Office to the Founder. Knocking comes with consequence. Oh, here it is. So it is. Of course you wanted to steer us into the wrong direction. It's pretty lucky that I ran to you or else I might have missed it. Truly unfortunate.
Luca tried the handle.
Locked.
Solomon leaned forward to examine the mechanism.
Regrettably, it seems to be some sort of electric lock. I don't see how we could possibly defeat a lock like
Luca
that.
smiled and looked at his watch.
Let's just wait a minute. Okay, Mama's on board. I don't know what sort of funny business you're up to, but I like it.
She mimed a quick hat tip and ambled off with a whistle.
Howdy! Good afternoon!
The light on the keypad changed from red to green.
How did you do that? It's good to have friends. Quick, let's get inside before someone spots us.
Luca switched on his walkie-talkie.
I already see something. Rolo, I'm in. As expected, there's a control panel. Great timing. We're stuck at a locked door marked number 24,601. Need you to get us through. What if someone catches us? We should get out of here. I'm not leaving my friend, Solomon.
On the computer screen, a green cursor blinked in a password field.
Surely you don't have a way to get around the password.
Luca pecked out his best guess. Underground secrets.
You're pulling that one out of your ass. In this timeline.
The screen blinked to life. Columns of green numbers glowed on a black background.
That was totally such an ass pull. How did you just guess that? Oh, it's this absurd password Rolo heard when he was down here before. Oh. It's funny how someone arrogant enough to call themselves the Founder uses such a basic password. Ooh. The burn! Burn! Or they were thinking several moves ahead, not expecting anyone to guess something so simple. These villain types always end up outsmarting themselves.
Solomon's jaw clenched into a half smile.
Your powers of deduction are as impressive as your luck.
Luca quickly scanned the columns for number 24601.
Honestly, it's so funny that we have Sharper Valentine now talked to us, and he will be a witness how we dismantle his entire freaking plan. That is so freaking funny and ingenious. Rollo, I think this should do it. Bingo bango, doors open, Luca. You never fail to impress. What is that slippery loud even doing over here? We have a friend whose mom is in trouble. We're here to get out. Yeah, imagine watching a child foil your plans in front of you. Especially someone who, like Sharper, who is like so full of himself. That's like the most epic burn ever. I see. Okay, Luca. I think we're close. The next door is marked 13806.
Once again, Luca scrutinized the numbers on the screen. In that moment of distraction, Solomon reached forward and pressed a large red button.
Maybe this one opens the lock. No, that's an alarm or something. Big red buttons are never good. Crap! We've got company. Luca, must go faster. One sec. I think of all this noise. I can't think of all this noise.
He quickly skimmed the screen with his finger.
Okay, I'm pretty sure we cannot look around in the office, so I want to put around here in the background. Let me just... Oh, up there. Up there on the wall. We have a picture of Sharper with his two kids. Gus and the heiress, and Gus has 3 darts thrown at his face. So Solomon clearly dislikes his son, and also you can see 2 books on the desk chair. Like Solomon's actually sitting up there and working and compensates his shorter height. Here it is, 13806, go, go, go! Curse these fumbling hands. My apologies, Luca. Don't beat yourself up. I know you were just trying to help. Oh yeah. Oh man. No water cups. Rollo! Oh, I thought you might have spilled it. Rollo, are you okay? Rollo, come in.
Mr. Kerr approached with a sneer and spoke into his walkie-talkie.
You can turn off the alarms. They're
With
trapped.
self-satisfaction, he called into the hallway.
That, my dears, is a dead end. Nowhere to run. Rollo, where are you? Are you okay? Yeah, I think we lost him. Making our way back to Nellie's office. How did you get out of the dead end? Okay, you true rebel rousers are coming with us. Nope. Make a break for it. Okay, that's what they needed Roxy and Frizz for. Did that little shit just kick me? That little shit, huh? Did that little shit just kick me? Did that little shit just kick me? That's exactly the thing we did in this timeline on our first turning point that matter. We behaved like a little shit and kicked Roxy. Oh no, wait, we didn't. I mean, we did the first time, but it's the wrong timeline. No, wait. No, wait, it's correct. I'm messing up the timeline. No, it's the correct one. Wait, what? No, I'm confused. No, Rollo is big. He was gone. No, wait. No, we investigated. Okay, this is like the... Okay, sorry, brain fart moment. No, we investigated the warehouse together. That's why we have the... that's when we have the walkie-talkies. And that's why it's big, because he got snatched and he was gone the next day. Okay, sorry. But we had that line before. That's all I want to say. But it would have been funny if this is actually the time when we behaved like a chick to Roxy. Don't just stand there after them. Okay, I think that worked. Roxy and Fizz have them on a wild goose chase. I'm having trouble following what just happened. Like I said, it's good to have friends. Rolo, how long do you think Roxy can distract them? How long can Roxy keep someone so pissed off they can't see straight? Let's just say we got time. Entering Nellie's office now. Mom! Oh, honey, what did you do to your hair? I thought that you'd be happy I finally used the young chemist's lab kit. You sure have a knack for making me incredibly proud in the most frustrating ways. We need to get you out of here. We? Who's your adult friend? Oh, I'm not an adult. Ever heard of a growth spurt? I had more of a growth sprue. No, that's not possible.
Nellie leaned over to examine his teeth.
Substantial banding on the enamel of molars consistent with Temple's liquamin exposure. Is that what you call the gunk they forced me to drink? You drank it? Oh no. They told me it was only being tested on plants. Oh, Beck, sweetie, I promise I didn't know. Mom, what the hell is going on at this place? I was brought here to work on a discovery of a lifetime. A novel chemical compound was discovered under Beacon Pines in a wellspring they called the Source. They named it Tempus liquamine. It pulls energy from its surroundings in order to fundamentally alter matter's relationship to time. It was the secret to Valentine's fertilizer. They harvested the source, infusing small amounts of Tempus liquamine into the product. It worked wonders, drastically accelerating plant growth. Crops would be ready to harvest in a fraction of the time. But it led to complications. The foul harvest. Perennial harvest came in to clean up the mess, to succeed where Valentine failed. But Tempus liquamine is rebellious. You can think of it as a manifestation of change itself. This is a story about change after all. It's volatile by its very nature. So the more you try to force it to do a specific thing, the more it resists, yes. I can relate to that. My role was to finish the work of my predecessor, Dr. Prescott. Harnessing Tempus liquamine to reliably manipulate an organism's age. Just imagine how many people we could feed. Mr. Kerr was very insistent that we achieve a successful result before today's festival. But you didn't, right?
Nellie sighed.
You know how much I love a good puzzle. I poured myself into the problem. It wasn't long until I discovered oddities in Dr. Prescott's notes. Oddities? They contained obvious errors, mistakes that someone of his reputation would never make. So he figured out what they were really up to and botched the experiments to make it seem like it's not possible in the hope that they would abandon their plan. So I fixed them and now I get to replace my entire wardrobe. I really am truly sorry. Nah, those clothes were all hand-me-downs anyway. It sounds like Dr. Prescott figured it out, got cold feet, and intentionally sabotaged his own work. I had considered that possibility. I've sent a letter asking him to clarify his thinking. Yeah, he's dead. Mom, Dr. Prescott is dead. Kerr had him killed. What? I overheard them talking about it on the radio. It's why we gotta get you out of here. I just... like, now. Wait! The vial! I finally solved the chemical equation, allowing direct control of aging. Mr. Kerr picked it up just before you came. All the more reason we gotta hightail it. Luca, we've got Dr. Modrill. Heading your way now. Roger that. Be careful. Alright. Everything's on track. And what is your plan for escape? We'll get over everything when they get here. In the meantime, maybe we can dig up some more info. Malice 80 proof whiskey. A hard drink for a hard man. Oh, we found a bottle like that with a... Oh, damn it. What's this English word for Flaschenpost? Message in a bottle. In the fishing minigame. Wow, even his alcohol is arrogant.
Solomon muttered inaudibly.
I should just smother you right now. What's that? I said I shouldn't bother you right now. Don't be silly, you're not bothered at all.
Luca tugged on each of the cabinets.
Dang, this must be the good stuff. They're all locked. Perhaps he's not as careless as you suspected. Flaschenpost sounds more fun. Thank you. It looks like the founder was helping Kerr plan the festival. Why would such a secretive leader be obsessed with a party? Only time will tell.
Luca held his hand up to the ashtray.
Still warm. Smoking at such a young age. Don't you know that hinders growth? He must have been in here recently. Come on, look at the chair. Let's see what else this bad boy has on it. Security system. Time card logs. Payroll. You know, for being so evil, this guy sure is boring.
Solomon once again muttered under his breath.
Just you wait. Huh? Oh, nothing. Oh, Luca unknowingly delivering the harshest of burns to Sharper Valentine is just... chef's kiss. I'm really sorry you got dragged into this mess, Solomon. You didn't worry about me. Well, I feel bad either way. We're gonna get you out of this, I
With a
promise.
subtle, quivering lip, a smile crawled across Solomon's face. They heard the trampling of frantic footsteps from the hallway.
Lock it, lock it, lock it! Locked. That was close. When we left Nella's office, it was swarming with clipboards. We barely got away. Did they follow you? Rollo. Before we start tossing blame around, is it possible someone ordered a pizza? I loved Lucas' look there. Or he's like, you're bullshitting me, look. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely not pizza. What now? Don't look at me. I'm officially retiring from the heisting business. Good time to retire, man. We're so sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah, Roller would have been the one who ordered pizza. That's like too real. We just have a few quick questions. So let me think. Can someone watch the door? Of course. Oh, you're just gonna open it, you fucker. Everyone else, huddle up. Oops. think this little caper has gone on long enough. Solomon, no! Hush now, child. The adults are speaking. Dr. Meadwell, a brief reintroduction is in order. We've never met in person, but we have corresponded. You see, it was I who hired you. Solomon, the pathetic orphan child. The powerful and enigmatic founder. Sharper, the fallen progenitor who created this town. Perennial harvest, Valentine fertilizer. All connected by a single thread. Yours truly.
Her eyes searched the floor in thought. Solomon watched eagerly, waiting for the flicker of epiphany. With a sickened look, she peered into his soul.
Ha! Yes, now you've got it. Tempus liquamine. You discovered how to reverse the process.
Solomon clapped with genuine delight.
Very good, Dr. Meadwell. Very good. Though the discovery wasn't intentional.
Solomon glanced down, examining his youthful form.
And the effects went a little too far for my tastes. That's why you needed me to finish Dr. Prescott's work. Which you did admirably. Mr. Kerr, the vial, please.
Kerr presented it with a theatrical twirl of the hand.
Ever the actor, huh? May I present to you the eighth wonder
Before
of
he
the...
could finish, Rollo snatched the vial from Kerr's palm.
Thank you. Wow, this stuff sounds pretty valuable. Be careful, you fool. You have no idea what you have in your hand. Actually, we do. You just did a whole evil villain monologue thingy about
Rollo
it.
casually tossed the vial to Luca.
Gosh, maybe I'll have a
Luca
taste.
jiggled the vial mockingly.
Seize him! Luca! Over here! Break it. Move another inch, and I smash it. Back is my girl!
She held it tightly behind her back. Solomon sighed, speaking in crisp, measured syllables.
You have no plan. I'll smash it, I swear. Fine. Risk killing us all. Or, if you're lucky, nothing happens. Then what? We captured you and grant you much less leniency.
He pursed his lips with feigned sincerity.
But I give you my word. If you hand it over now, none of you will be harmed.
A deep uncertainty washed over Beck.
You're a smart girl, Beck. But there's no shame in being outwitted by someone smarter than you. I wish instead of smarter they would have said sharper. Just, you know, for the extra joke. We both know there's only one way this ends.
She looked to Nellie shakily. With a dispirited nod, Nellie sighed in defeat. Beck slowly approached Solomon.
That's a good girl. Beck, don't do it. We can't trust that jerk. I'm sorry. He's right.
With apprehension, Beck conceded. Solomon pocketed the vial and brushed off his shoulder with a sharp flick.
Mr. Kerr, you have allowed yourself to be humiliated by a group of children. Report to my office tomorrow for a performance review.
The blood drained from Kerr's face.
Of course, sir. But first, you have a speech to make. Trot out there and give me the introduction I deserve. And don't forget to smile. Yes, sir. And to think all of this is thanks to the effort of Mr. Van Horn. The father. I don't understand. How is this all because of me? I said, Mr. Van Horn, silly child. Dr. Walt Van Horn. Your father was always a thorn in my side. I offered him an opportunity to be a part of something great. But the fool was blinded by righteousness. He even broke into my laboratory in an attempt to sabotage my work.
Solomon shook his head with gratification.
But the universe has a funny way of correcting course. By meddling with a force he didn't understand, Walt showed me its true potential. As fate would have it, Luca, your father's dying act was to grant me eternal life.
A muffled applause resonated faintly through the walls.
The fest outside. Well, that's my cue. After the festivities and my subsequent ascension, I will return to deal with you all. Until then, I suggest you use this time to reflect on the magnitude of your failure. You three keep post outside the door. Well, crap. You know what the worst thing is? We're shit out of luck and shit out of time. Again. My course starts in 3 minutes. Now the question is, do I finish this and skip on the course? Or do I return for another half an hour of playing this afterwards? I feel so horrible that I have to end this again. This feels so lame. Gotta go, you gotta go. Yeah, it really felt like we were very close to the end at the end of last stream, and get 3 hours later. Also true, Lambrecht. We'll be back. Alright, here's the deal. I have my course now. It lasts 3 hours and 15 minutes. I will be back online the minute this fucking thing is over. And we finish this game. And if it lasts me another 5 hours, I don't fucking care. I work remotely tomorrow, so I can sleep it off on the afternoon, okay? And then it's Friday and I'll have the weekend, and no, I don't fucking care. You go shower in the meantime, you have lunch, you have dinner, you have whatever you fucking want. We'll see each other again in 3 hours for probably the last 5 minutes of this game, but I don't fucking care. I'll see you. Okay. Quickly closing the game. And then ending stream with a little bit of music. I'm so sorry that this is happening again. This is why I hate. This is why I actually don't want to stream between work and my course, or work and something else where I have to go somewhere, because I'm like, okay, what if I run out of time, or I have to end in a really inconvenient spot and then I just have to go. This is why I want to have a free evening to stream for as long as I fucking want. If I streamed 8 hours straight through, which I've done in the past, then I can just do that. But yeah, I'll be back really soon. I'll see you. Stay tuned, stay safe, stay healthy. I love y'all. Bye.
We could go far. I wanna take your heart. Don't tell them where we are. All around the stars. Don't you tell them where we are. Nobody's got to know.